in sports, if you're the leader, the superstar, you're going to get all the praise when you succeed, and you're going to get all the blame when you fail. Nikola Jokic is no different. Let's talk about it. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Skinny Hardaway, and this is Retro Heat Check. Checking in one more time for the real hoop heads out there. And as always, thank you all for your likes, your shares, your subscriptions, your comments, your questions. Hey, continue to bring those questions in. Interact with me. That's what this channel is for. This is your channel just as much as it is mine. And one way that you take ownership is if you interact with me. And one of the easiest ways to interact with me is just ask questions. Each and every Wednesday, it's Q&A with Skinny. Make sure you guys tap in and tune in, man. You may get your questions answered that night. You may not. But as long as you continue to tune in each and every Wednesday, your question will be heard and answered. Man, definitely it's a new week. It's Monday. You already know what it is, man. Definitely great to start off another week. The channel steadily growing, slowly but surely. Definitely appreciate you guys. The Hoophead Haven is slowly growing, slowly becoming a community that that you can be proud of as well as myself. I'm very proud of this crew, this group. We're a small group. We're a small community, but I mean, I'm thankful for each and every last one of you, and we definitely have a great time. So continue the support, and I'm going to continue to shout you guys out, because without you guys, there is no channel. Rome wasn't built in a day, neither will this channel. But with people like you guys, with hoop heads like such as yourselves, hey, we're gonna go as far as we can go. We're gonna go to the moon if we can. That would be great. But just wherever this journey takes me, I'm thankful and I'm grateful. But thank you all, definitely. And with that being said, you already know what time it is, man. It's time to give it up for the squad, man. These guys, I stand 10 toes down with. I'm in the paint with. I stand shoulder to shoulders with these guys. These guys, I definitely respect them. I support them. I follow them. Hopefully you guys do the same. We all come from different backgrounds. We all have different approaches to our content. But at the end of the day, we stand as one united front against a whole slew of media members, ex and current NBA players that have no clue, media members that are disrespectful, and the swarms of the fanboys. So we're standing against a huge army, but with you guys having our backs and you guys doing your part, hey, we're one cohesive army standing up and standing strong against these narratives. So definitely got to give a shout out to these guys. These guys are the squad. These guys are amazing guys. So hopefully you guys check them out, man. Sports and Fitness Ranch, shout outs to you. Uncommon Sense, Scap Attack, Too Raw for Sports TV, Uncut Hoops, Angry Oat Hoops, NNB Sports TV. Michael Jordan fans are the best. Kobe Bryant Film Room, Prince Sports, My Twin, Phenomenal Fitness. Shout outs to you, brother. Man Down Sports, Dreamers Pro TV, Ticket TV, Geechee Live Sports Talk. Get in tune with this guy right there. Jordan versus LeBron, The Real Mind Crime. Tap in with him. The Allen Ricks TV. Man, this dude, hey, he's super talented. definitely give him a shot. Definitely give him a shot, man. Give him a chance. NBA Facts Self Research. His channel is slowly but surely on the rise. I definitely mess with this channel. I love this channel. Definitely, if you want pure NBA facts, no frills, nothing fancy, just straight up facts, deal with him, man. He got the juice. Man, yeah, I said Prince Sports. Oh yeah, definitely. Last but not least, definitely got to give a shout out to Shekel Storm NBA. Definitely, his storytelling and his lore has taken a life of its own on my channel as well as others. Definitely shouts to you, man. Definitely appreciate all the love that you guys that you send towards my channel. Definitely appreciate you. And once again, tonight, no new hoop heads to open to let into the hoop head haven. So it's just us once again. Man, definitely appreciate you all. You already know hoop heads, man. We're a global community of like-minded individuals, man. We all we want is real hoops to come back. So definitely shouts to you all. Yeah, we don't have any new members to add in, so the doors will be shut today. We won't be opening any doors and welcoming anybody. It's just us once again. Definitely appreciative of you all, and we're gonna lock in. And so it's time to lock in, man. This video, I don't think it's going to be too long. It's kind of short and sweet. This is kind of a discussion that started off on Scap Attack, continued on to Sports and Fitness Rants, among others. And I know there's no beef or anything like that, so don't try the whole they're beefing or whatever. Like, they're not beefing. It's just that as men, we sometimes diverge into different thoughts, and one side or the other. I definitely I heard one side, and I happen to agree with the other. When it comes down to Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets, yeah, you could definitely say that his teammates stunk it up. You can definitely, Murray, he started off hot, but I think they all just start, once they got up 20, I think that's when they just tapped. They just tapped out in Minnesota. They went on a run, and they turned around and they won, ended up advancing. But just like we give the smoke to LeBron and AD for their failures, same way that we give the smoke to KD for his failures, same way we give the smoke to Kawhi and James Harden, and whatever player that is underneath the microscope that we considered to be selfish or soft, or whatever other adjectives that we may have to describe these players. But at the end of the day, we got to be fair across the board. And I like Jokic. I think the Joker is a great player. I think that for this era, I think that he is dominating in this era. I definitely think that if you put him in other more defensive minded eras, I think that offensively he'll be all right, but I think that defensively he would definitely struggle, because he struggles now in defense. I, there's a lot of things great about his game, but there's just as many flaws in his game. And most of his flaws are on the defensive side of the ball for the most part. Offensively, he's a machine. Offensively, I mean, he's putting up crazy numbers. His VROP, his what is that? This PER, all the little acronyms that these analytic nerds put up. I mean, when it comes to those numbers, Jokic is on another level. He's on another tier. But that does not excuse the fact that as a leader, you're under the same standard as the players before you. When he won the championship last year, got all the praise. He got all the praise. He was, he was basically tapped as unguardable. He was on a mission. He was unbeatable. Blah 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 blah. And to be all the way honest, if you would have asked me last night, what I would have thought of if the Nuggets would jump up 20 going into the third quarter, I'm probably going to say, barring a run, they're going to lock it in. They're going to lock it in. They're going to lock it down. And unfortunately for the Nuggets, that run happened. I think I want to say Minnesota went on like a 21 to 3 or 21 to 6, something like that. Some kind of crazy run like that. I know that it was plus 20, the run that they had, and they chopped it all the way from a 20-point deficit all the way to a lead, and they ended up using that momentum to shock the Nuggets right at home court advantage. I mean, there's really no excuse. Really no excuse, shout outs to, like I said, to Sports and Fitness Rants. I'm just going to just kind of piggyback off of him a little bit, but, kind of bring in my thoughts as well. And I definitely agree with him with Sports and Fitness Rants. Jokic needs to be held to the same standard that LeBron James and AD have been held to, that KD's been held to, that Harden's been held to. Any Chris Paul, anybody, Paul George, James Harden, a litany, Joel Embiid, any player that you can think of. Shoot, heck, Jimmy Butler. No matter what, if you are the leader of a team and you're up 20, you have the home court advantage, and you lose the focus, and you eventually end up losing the game and losing the series, it falls on your superstar. I know that a lot of people want to give him passes because they like him. I know a lot of people think that, he can't do any wrong. But guess what? Nikola Jokic is human. And if you're human, that means that you are susceptible to failure. And in this case, he failed. There's no other way around it. You are the defending champions. You were the standard of the league. Jokic was the standard of the league, being the MVP and basically bringing in his third MVP in the last 4 years. So basically, you're the best player. You've been the best player on the planet 3 out of 4 years, technically. And with that distinction, you can't be blowing 20-point leads. You can't be in game sevens. You just can't do that. Game 7 at home with a 20-point lead, you were supposed to step on their necks and never let up. But that did not happen. Minnesota definitely has 2 All-Stars. They have the defending now they have the now defending Defensive Player of the Year and the Sixth Man of the Year. So they have a nice squad. But you're the defending champions. You went to the top of the mountain. You know what it takes to get there. So for you to blow a 20-point lead is inexcusable. As a champion, that is inexcusable. You're not. I understand things do happen, but hey, you guys are relatively healthy. You guys are hitting shots. You guys were playing. You were playing defense. You were forcing Minnesota into bad shots. Ant was, for the most part, had a terrible game. For the most part, you were supposed to have jumped on these guys and never let up. There should never have been a moment that Minnesota could have even gotten close. Couldn't even, gotten even within, got within even, within the distance of 10 points or less. You're not supposed to go through that. You're supposed to be, as the champion, you're supposed to know when to slam the door on somebody. Kobe and Shaq, they knew how to slam the door on you. Tim Duncan knew how to slam the door on you. You know what I'm saying? And especially Michael MJ, that's why whenever he led a series, he never lost. Because when he knew that he had you on the ropes, he shut the door on you. He didn't care. And maybe it was lack of focus. I see shots weren't falling. But at the end of the day, the blame falls on Jokic. Yes, you can blame Murray, you can blame Brown, you can blame Caldwell Pope, you can blame Gordon, you can blame Michael Porter Jr., you can blame who you need to play. You can blame the coach, Mike Malone. You can blame whoever that you need to blame. But once you get done blaming everybody else, make sure you circle back and put the majority of the blame on Nikola Jokic. It goes square into his hands. You are the leader of the team. So when they succeed and you get all the praise and you get all the clout chasers and you get all the media members and you get all the fans and you get all the adulation from players past and present. When you do that, when you do that, and you are given that standard, you're given that responsibility as a leader. Part of that does come with taking the lion's share of the blame. I'm glad that he's not pointing fingers. I'm glad that he's not, and I don't think that he's that type of player to point fingers. I'm not going to, disparage him like that. I'm glad that he, that he is a responsible leader, that he is a humble leader. But for mostly the fans and the media, no, we cannot give him any excuses. We must maintain the same standard. We must keep the same energy. The same energy must be reached. It must be attained and it must be achieved. And it must be sustained. We have to be even with guys that we like. It's easy to rag on LeBron because we don't like what he brings to the game. It's easy to rag on James Harden because he is a bona fide loser. He's a certified loser. It's easy to rag on KD because KD is as soft as Charmin. He's soft as Charmin. And, quite frankly, he's just not that guy. But it does not give it does not give us the room to be one way with some, and player over here we give him a pass. We gives no passes. Can't give a pass to what Jokic done. Jokic choked. Jokic, he screwed up as the leader. That was not supposed to happen, but since it did happen, you're gonna have to live with the lion's share of that. Yeah, you can say that Murray got cold. Yeah, you can say that Caldwell Pope disappeared. Yeah, you can say Gordon wasn't up to his tricks, and Brown and Michael Porter Jr. wasn't hitting the shots, and blah 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 blah. But at the end of the day, there's one guy who's the MVP. There's one guy who's first team All NBA. There's one guy who's considered the best player in the world. And that player did not do what he was supposed to do to push his team over the hump and into the next round. And we can't blame his teammates. We can't say it's just your fault. We can't say that because at the end of the day, it all falls on the superstar. The superstars get the best treatment. They get preferential treatment. They get the calls. They get the adoration. They get the praise. So they gotta get the criticism. Now, I feel that across the board, it has to be fair. We don't have to disparage him. We don't have to make fun of him. We don't have to call him names. If some people want to do that, hey, gotta keep the same energy because we roast LeBron. We roast everybody else when they fail in the playoffs. So if you feel that you want to roast Jokic, hey, it's up to you. We gotta be fair though. At the end of the day, Minnesota moved on. Minnesota carved into that lead. Minnesota carried that momentum on to a victory. They did what was supposed to be done, led by their young leader. He's another player who takes all the praise, but he takes all the responsibilities in defeat. I think Anthony Edwards showed his moxie. He showed his grit. He showed his determination. Yeah, he was not shooting the best, but he bit down on that mouthpiece and he kept fighting. He kept fighting, and it worked out for him and it worked out for Minnesota. Their defense, the defensive pressure that they put on, they start hitting shots, better shot selections, ball movement. Karl-Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert, can't even hate on them. They both came to play. They they uplifted Ant. They kept they kept their part they kept up their part of the deal, and they were keys into helping Minnesota get the victory. So I can't dog them. Can't dog them. Can't dog them. Now I know I dogged them last week, and what I say about them still stands. I still think they're both soft, but despite that, last night they came to play. And just as well as I give criticism, I will definitely give praise. So kudos to the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm cheering for them. It should be a great matchup between Ant versus Luka. I don't know if they're going to actually guard each other. I know Ant will probably take on the challenge, but I'm not sure about Luka. Luka is already defensively inept as well. So we'll have to see as far as how that matchup works out. But I'm looking forward to it. It should be a great matchup. I definitely want to see Conley versus Kyrie. I definitely think that's going to be a underrated matchup. Definitely an underrated matchup. Definitely pay attention to that matchup. The battle of point guards. I mean, I know everybody knows Kyrie. I think is the best point guard in the league. That's just me. That's my opinion. Maybe because I like Kyrie. I love his game. But but definitely check out that matchup. I'm definitely intrigued by the Luka versus Ant. I hope that they match up more. I think the perfect ratio would be at least 60% of the time they're matching up against each other. Just give me at least 60% and I'll be satisfied. Um, that's what I'm looking for. The Eastern Conference, Indiana versus Boston, uh, could be interesting. Right now, if you get first guess, um, you would think that Boston has the obvious advantage, and that series may not be as close as what we think the Dallas Minnesota will be. But I think nonetheless, I think it has the potential to being a sneaky good series. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. Halliburton versus Tatum and Brown. I'm definitely looking forward to it. We're here. We're at the Final Four. We're here in the conference finals. This is the NBA's Final Four, and I'm looking forward to it. But at the end of the day, if you want to be a leader, if you want to be the superstar, you're going to have to take everything that comes with it, including the criticisms, especially the criticisms after blowing a 20-point lead in a game 7 for a shot at the Western Conference Finals. Jokic should definitely feel ashamed. He should feel embarrassed, as well as the rest of the Denver Nuggets. Um, I think that this will bug them all summer long, and I hope it motivates them to straighten up and tighten up. So with that being said, man, I'm just gonna just shut it down right there. But man, like I said, man, it's Monday, start of a new week. Definitely, I hope that that we all grow in success, that we grow as people, that we get a little bit more closer to our family and friends. Like I always say, love on your family, love on your peoples, love on your loved ones. Tomorrow's not promised. All my hoop heads, you already know. Keep a clear head and good intentions in your heart, and be respectful, be responsible, be good citizens. Um, don't do anything stupid out there. Just be smart. Be smart. Be careful, and just know that tomorrow we can chop it up again tomorrow, man. That's why I hope that all my hoop heads are safe and sound, so that tomorrow we can gather up and do this all over again, man. Definitely, shouts to you all. Thank you all for your continued support. Definitely, am humbled. Definitely, always grateful. So, with that being said, hoop heads, you already know it's your boy Skinny Hardaway, and this is another episode of Retro Heat Check in the books. And you already know, man, I'm gonna leave you with these words, man. Love you all, man. Love you all, man. Peace, and wear your sneakers.